Morning, everybody. It's 8 o'clock, a little bit after, and it's on a Tuesday morning, and things have changed a little bit, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. Really not going to be long this morning, but yesterday we were talking about He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Well, you know, it's such a wonderful thing that the shepherd leads them to food, and he leads them to be nourished, but he also leads them to a place where they're going to lie down to rest and also to digest what they've received. And so it's an amazing truth that we need to be feeding on the Word of God. And it's part of the reason I'm trying to do these daily is that we want to, especially during this time, this is not a time to be spiritually fasting. This is a time to be eating and taking in and receiving and there's a lot to scripturally to digest. Every answer that we need is in the Word of God. I used to sign that in Bibles. I don't do that so much anymore, but I would say, somebody say, write down something to help me. I would say, life has many questions, but the Bible has every answer. And so they're all there, and it's a wonderful thing. But when you feed and you digest and there you're very content. I mean, you're very content when you've eaten well and you have a lot to think about, to dwell on, to chew on, and there's another reason that the sheep will be content there while they're resting, and that's if the herd is content. And that's it's amazing, but we good Baptists, we think that as long as we have food and fellowship, we're okay. And the truth is that the fact is that the food is the Word of God, and we get the food, and but we also need the fellowship. And so that's why we've been trying so hard to find different ways and creative ways to be able to bring us together as long as we can, but yet in within the stipulations that have been given us. And so we're still doing that because it's very important. It's very important. The sheep, if the sheep, the herd are not getting along well, then they stay tense, they stay nervous, and they don't settle in and they don't rest well. It's a wonderful thing. This is a great test time. Is your church about information and entertainment, or is your church about spiritual food and fellowship with fellow Christians and exhorting one another? If your church is about fellowship with Christians and about exhorting one another, if it's about getting spiritual food that will help you to encourage one another and to get through this life of trials, then you miss it. You yearn for it. You desire it, just like the sheep desired. He's going to get up in the morning. He's going to want to go back to that green pasture and start feeding again. And he does that in comfort when he's around his other sheep. That they're all have the right spirit, so to speak. Now, that's very important. But now, if your church is information and entertainment, you can get both of those over online. Now, I'm thrilled we've got online. I'm thrilled that we've got this technology, but it will never suffice in the long term for what God created and what Jesus died for, His church. And so make sure you remember that. I'm also, again, don't say this much, but please, folks of Calvary and other churches, if you happen to listen to this, don't let your giving be out of sight and out of mind, because the work has to go on. The facilities still have to be paid for. And the reason that's important is for us, especially, we're supporting for a small church, we're supporting a lot of missionaries, and we've taken on a lot of missionaries. We've doubled our missionaries in the last 3 years, and so those are people out there that need our prayers. They need our support, and so we need to just be diligent about our giving. And I hope that's not being too confrontational in that, and it's not to sound like I'm seeking money, because anybody that comes to church here knows that I probably say less about money than maybe any pastor you've ever had, and the fact is that's the way it is. Now, let me just tell you that there is a change. Shelby County has now, they've put a safe at home kind of order in, which means all of Memphis, all of Shelby County, which incorporates a whole segment of our people. They're under a safe at home type of order. And so, not a request, but a safe at home order. Shelby County, their mayor went so far as to kind of make a little bit of a subtle, threat out there that, we don't want to have to go to enforce this by the courts. And so what I'm going to tell you is this, we who live in Mississippi, honestly, we are not under the safe at home order. And so, and we haven't closed the borders between Mississippi and Tennessee. And so we are not really under that order at all. Now, I think we need to try to honor our neighbors and try to do the best we can with that. But we're not officially under that order. But the folks who live in Shelby County are, and live in Memphis, they are. And so all of you who live in Shelby County, live in Memphis, you have to seek the Lord. You have to follow your own convictions, your own conscience, and you have to make your own decisions about whether you come to pray tomorrow night from 5 to 6:30, and I think there was a little bit of a confusion there because I think I said two different things, but it's from 5 to 6:30. My wife and I will be here if you want to come pray, and of course we'll have you separated, and there will be no more than 10 people anywhere. But also on Sunday, and again, things could change before Sunday, but our plan for Sunday is to be open pretty much all morning from, I'll be here probably by 8:30 anyway, probably 8 o'clock, but we'll be here to open, and you can come pray. You'll have rooms and access where the live stream will be on, and so I'll be recording the live stream at 9 o'clock. And I'll be trying to get in touch with you. I'm trying to let people know, and I'll try to do some of that Wednesday night, maybe even hand out a little flyer on Wednesday night for those that come throughout the evening to know the times I'm requesting that you come. And again, I don't give orders here, but these are requests that I'm making, trying the best way I can. Also, remember, if you live in Shelby County, one of the things you can go for is food. And if you are coming, you need to come here. It may be minimal, but if you need a little food, we may be able to help you. And so that would be a reason to come here. So on Sunday morning, we might be able to help you with a little bit of food. I don't know how long ours will last here in our food bank, but maybe we can help you. All right, that's pretty much it. And so here we go. It's an adventure, and there's nothing to fear. God's in control, and we love you. God bless you.